I saw your ghost, it wasn't a dream. I heard your voice talking to me. I'm here with you, you'll be alright. You're gonna get through this, just hold on tonight. Underneath the full moon, floating off the pavement, out of my dimension. I could not explain it. As the sirens call for silence on the road, you held my hand, it wasn't my time to go. No, I saw your ghost, it wasn't a dream. I heard your voice talking to me. I'm here with you, you'll be alright. You're gonna get through this, just hold on tonight. Hold on tonight, hold on tonight. Ooh, hold on tonight, hold on tonight, hold on tonight. Ooh, blinding lights a halo. Was it hallucination, or a little glimpse of heaven? I could not explain, so as the sirens call for silence on the road, we're good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You held my hand, it wasn't my time to go. Ladies and gentlemen, no, I saw your ghost, wasn't a dream. Off in the distance, walking towards me. I'm not alone, I'll be alright. I have to keep breathing, hold on tonight. I saw your ghost, wasn't a dream. I heard your voice talking to me. I'm here with you, you'll be alright. You're gonna get through this, just hold on tonight. Hold on tonight, hold on tonight. Ooh, hold on tonight, hold on tonight, hold on tonight. Ooh. Celebrity chef all weekend. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's kick things off. We'll be back around a little bit later on. I'm going to be heading to the back of the tent for the Golden Canada International Chef Challenge. And while we're keying that up, I wanted to bring to the stage some wonderful, local, talented performers. Please give it up for Abby, James, and Sarah. the sunshine, bottle up the rain. Go where the wind blows, let it show the way. Open all the windows, let in all the light. You can pull the stars down, paint the perfect sky. So go and write your song. The world will sing along. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking. You can test the water, might as well jump in. And we don't know where we'll end up, so might as well begin. Memories you're making, you're framed inside your heart. The middle of a nowhere, so somewhere you can start. So go and write your song. The world will sing along. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking. Go and write your own song. All the world will sing along. And when you find your melody, we'll join in harmony. Oh.
It's 100 miles to town. Sonny's never been there. Yet he goes to the highway and stands there and stares. And the mail comes at 4. And the mailman is old, but he still keeps his dreams full of silver and gold. Sonny's dreams can't be real. They're just stories he's read. They're just stars in his eyes. They're just dreams in his head. He's all hungry inside for the wild world outside. And I know I can't hold. I've tried. Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. And your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And the nights get so long, and the silence goes on. And I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong.
Thank you. Now we're going to do another fiddle tune for you called the Whiskey Set. you. So this is our last set, and for our last set, we thought we'd switch it up a bit, and Abby is going to do some step dancing for you, and we're gonna play some fiddle tunes for you. So we hope you enjoyed our set. We are back at 2:45 if you enjoyed us and want to hear some more, and thank you for being a great audience. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. It's the 25th edition of the PEI International Shellfish Festival, and we're getting set for the Garland Canada International Chef Challenge, where we have 12 of the top chefs from North America competing for a first place prize. 26? I missed last year. I was drunk for the whole thing. This is 26. Holy shit, I'm a bad MC. Okay, so it's the 26th edition. Do we have 12 chefs? Is this, what competition is this? All right, so this is the oyster shucking competition. Hope you have a good time. We have 12 of the top chefs from right across North America competing for a chance to win $10,000 in cold hard cash and to be named the top chef of the Garland Canada International Chef Challenge. Joining me and co-host of this event is Chef Irwin McKinnon, Executive Chef of Papa Joe's. Oh, we got him?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, Chef Irwin, so we have three folks that are going to have a very difficult task of judging this event. Why don't you introduce them now?
Thank you. Yeah, we have three chefs that are all judging this competition. I wouldn't be in their shoes right now, but we have Chef Corbin Tomazeski from Ontario. He's the owner of Corbin Catering and Food. Appeared on Restaurant Makeover, Dinner, and Party Wars. Thank you, Chef Corbin, for coming, and thank you for everything you did last night during the Feast and Frolic. It was a great evening. We also have Chef Mark Simpson from Vancouver, former competitor on Top Chef, Season 6. Thank you for coming. Welcome. And we have Chef Natalie Rosen from down Easter here from Halifax, chef and co-owner of Fawn Restaurant, and she loves to elevate local produce and products. Thank you and welcome.
All right, so we have three very accomplished and very successful chefs in their own right, all the way from the West Coast, Central Canada, to the Best Coast. And Natalie, I had to throw that in, Mark. I had to throw that in. And we got folks from the North as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this event wouldn't be possible without the help of our sponsors bringing it all together. And, of course, our three major sponsors for this event, Garland Canada, the Culinary Institute of Canada. So you're going to see sous chefs working with the chefs all weekend. And they're going to be behind the scenes helping the chefs with whatever they need throughout the competition. And we also have Canada's Smartest Kitchen. And are we running a video for that? We also have Sobeys, Dairy Farmers of Canada, and ADL right here on Prince Edward Island. So we have lots of sponsors. We're going to be talking about them as we get rolling. Sharon, can I go to the first chef? We can go to the first chef? 2 minutes? Yeah.
My name is Chris Irving. I'm a private international chef based out of Whitehorse, Yukon. And with the $10,000, I would reinvest the money back into a property that I'm looking at developing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you saw in the intro video, Chef Chris Irving, and if you're complaining about the price of fuel, it's all because of the Irving. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. Okay, Chris, you're an international private chef from the Yukon, and you're founder of a nonprofit organization. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about that?
At the heat of COVID, I started a charity to help feed the less fortunate in my community. When we found a bunch of time on our hands without being able to operate our restaurants, a bunch of us banded together and got funding through the food bank and through community donors, and we made about 12,000 meals at the height of COVID to help feed the less fortunate within Whitehorse.
That's awesome. What a round of applause. That's a great initiative.
That's great, Chef.
Helping everybody, in the community. And that's one of the things through COVID that we all did, was we all banded together to help our neighbors, and it was really wonderful to watch. Now, you're a very accomplished chef. You were a top 4 finalist on Top Chef Canada Season 10. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was no joke. I mean, I was up against some top chefs. But no, it was hard. It wasn't easy. We got to go to the Cayman Islands as part of the top 4, and that was a good experience. Didn't take home the winning prize, but I got to showcase the Yukon, which was the most important part for me.
That's awesome. And so being in the Yukon, how difficult is it for you? Because I've never been there, I don't understand what it's like in getting fresh supplies and fresh products in. So what's it like for you folks?
Food security in the north is quite prevalent, and it's an issue that we try to address quite often because there is only one road in and one road out of the Yukon, the Alaska Highway. It's too expensive to fly food in, so we rely on that road. So everything comes up by truck. And I imagine it's probably similar to here on the island. I notice a lot of the same kind of varieties of ingredients here that I would see in my own grocery store back home.
Yeah, and well, we got two ways in. You can take the bridge in and take the boat home, but the boat's not running tomorrow. But don't worry about that. You're going to be here for the weekend, so we're all good. So, Chef Irwin, you know, they've gone over the rules for you. Typically what we do, folks, is we send them to shop, but we're not going to. So right now we're going to count them in. And help me out here in 10,
9, 8, 7,
louder, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cook.
Start cooking. All right, Chef Chris Irving from Whitehorse in the Yukon. He's starting. He's going to have 45 minutes to create something wonderful for the judges. They're going to be judged. We have another heat this afternoon. The top 3 or the top 6 from both heats are going to go on to the semifinals, and then that's going to be whittled down to 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up. Big round of applause. Thank you for coming. Let's hear it for Chef Chris Irving.
Hi, I'm Vish Mayakar. I'm the head chef at Cafe Latana and Pepino Spaghetti House in Vancouver, BC. When I win the $10,000, I'm going to put it towards my restaurant. That's been the dream forever, and hopefully this $10,000 is one more stepping stone towards that big dream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the video. Our next chef that's going to be competing in the competition, all the way from the West Coast, from Vancouver. He's head chef at a restaurant called Rapino Spaghetti House and Cafe Latana. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Chef Vish Mayakar. So you're a top 10 finalist in season 10 of Top Chef Canada, bronze medal in the Great Kitchen Party, Vancouver Magazine's Best Italian Restaurant. Congratulations. So tell us about the style of food that you like to prepare, you know, when you're back home or when you're in your own kitchen.
I mean, I run 2 Italian restaurants, so obviously I cook a lot of Italian, but my background's Indian, so I have been cooking a lot of Indian food all my life. And with the travels that I've done in the last few years, I call myself a global cuisine cooking chef, and that's what I usually cook.
So how important is it for you to encourage other chefs to travel and experience, you know, food and culture all over the world?
Honestly, everything and most of the things that I've learned in my culinary journey has been through travels. If anybody can travel, I'll tell them go right now. You know, it's all about traveling, picking up new techniques, learning about different cultures from different countries, different cities, and then bringing them back and then making their own style.
So do you do a blend in your restaurant of Indian cuisine as well as Italian, or is it straight Italian cooking?
So the 2 restaurants that I run are Italian, but I do a lot of collabs, a lot of pop-ups that include various different styles.
Excellent. So now what are you going to be preparing for the judges today?
So I will be doing a little bit flair on the Italian cuisine. So I will be doing some potato gnocchi, or gnudi, sorry, with the shellfish. And then there will be a little bit of little salad of the rock crab in the middle. And then a sauce that will be done with the reduction of all the clams and mussels.
So now, have you had a chance to work with some of the shellfish here on PEI yet?
Absolutely, yeah. I actually, on the menu currently, I have mussels that are brought in from PEI. Love PEI mussels.
Excellent. And PEI mussels you can find them right across the world, and it's great. Speaking of travel, you know, when I get a chance to travel, it doesn't matter whether I'm in the U.S. or I'm overseas, it's great to see PEI oysters and mussels on the menu. It kind of makes me feel good. Now, they don't always have the good PEI potatoes, but that's okay. At least they got partway there with the fresh seafood. So is this a dish that you practiced before, Chef Vish?
Let's say yes.
Let's say yes. Yeah, what do you think, Irwin?
I think practice is a good idea, but winging it is all right too. That's what our competitor last year did that won, Chef Kyle. He just kind of winged it. Every time he came up, he just sort of cooked.
Yeah.
Right from their heart, and that's all we got to do, man.
And that's the beauty about a lot of the chefs, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see, it's amazing. They're all shopping from the same pantry. right? They're all using the same ingredients. But the variations that you're going to see is phenomenal. So we're just going to get set, ladies and gentlemen, very soon in about 25 seconds. Okay, so, 45. Oh, I can run my mouth for a whole lot of time. Okay, so what you're going to see variations of the exact same ingredients right across the board. You're going to see them from all 12 contestants. Then, in the semifinals, you're going to see different dishes once again, even from the same chefs. They're not going to cook the same dish again. They're going to go a little deeper, and they're going to try and win that $10,000 prize. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please count them down with me in 10, 9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Chef Vish, start cooking. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Vancouver, Chef Vish Mayakar.
Hi, my name is Chef Phil Nguyen. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, and I'm the chef of Amano Trattoria. And if I do take home the 10 grand cash prize, I think I would put that into my new restaurant that I'm starting to build.
So we're going to meet, you saw the video, Chef Phil Nguyen, and he loves the sound of his own voice. He's the king of karaoke in Toronto, Ontario. He's the chef de cuisine in, is it Amano?
Amano Trattoria, yes.
I'm not going to say the last one. What is it?
Yeah, Trattoria, Amano Trattoria, yes.
Amano Tea. That's where it is, right there. It's a nice little lovely tea house in Toronto, Ontario. No, you were awarded Best Burger in Toronto for Resto
Bueno.
Resto B. Oh my gosh, I'm hooked on phonics here today. Like I can't even, it's early. It's year 25. I'm stuck in last year. No, last year was year 25. That's 26 this year. And I'm struggling right now, and it's early. You were second place in Toronto Taste Chef Challenge. Congratulations. I mean, tell us a little bit about your competition experience.
I'm just here to have a good time. I love cooking. It's so great, especially when you're surrounded by all these big dogs as well. You gotta get off the porch, you know? You gotta get with them. I'm very excited, honestly.
So now, what's your style of cooking?
I'm Vietnamese descent, so I really enjoy Vietnamese cooking. And today I'm definitely going to showcase a little bit of that, especially with the seafood here. I'm definitely going to let the sweetness and some of that start carrying on with a little bit of the umami and the saltiness of the fish sauce. Yeah, I think the PEI shellfish is going to go very well with the nice umami that some of the. Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm excited.
So are you going to bring any heat to the competition now?
A little bit. I'll make you sweat a little bit. As you can see, I've already started.
Oh my gosh, I'm sweating like Mike Tyson at a spelling bee right now. This is crazy. Okay, Chef Phil. So we're going to be getting you counting down. Why don't you tell us quickly what you're going to be preparing for the judges today?
Yeah, so I'm going to be making a play on bum ryu, and traditionally it's with a shrimp mousse of some sort and some vermicelli. I'm just going to throw a little French twist to it, thicken up the broth a little bit, and just give you a little bit of spice with it as well.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. So judges, now, the reason why I asked about the spice is because we see that in various competitions. Chefs bring their own taste, their own flavors. How important is it for you to make sure that the spice doesn't overpower the main ingredients of the dish? You want to talk to that? You might have to flick your mic on there.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, obviously you don't want the spice to overpower the entire dish, but I always think it's good to have a little tingle on your palate when you're eating. You would know that better than anybody.
Yeah. Just a little tickle. Little tickle.
A little bit of heat in the kitchen is always good.
I love that. Good.
All right, so Chef Irwin, how are we getting along down at that first station very quickly? We're about a minute.
Yeah, well, Chef Irvine here has been working very quickly. I know he's working with lobster and mussels. Is there any other shellfish you're using this year?
I got a couple lobsters I just cooked. We got some clams and mussels here boiling, and that's what we're doing.
Okay, clams, mussels, and lobster. Can't get any better than that.
And you can see on the cameras, ladies and gentlemen, they're working, oh, that mandolin, boy.
Yeah, the mandolin. Watch your fingers, chef.
Watch your fingers on that one. You can get a high four.
Look, he's showing off
very
now.
quickly.
He's not even looking.
All right, and what's Chef Vish got on the go quickly, Chef Irwin?
He started with some beautiful Prince Edward Island potatoes. They're boiling in the pot here. Not sure what he's going to make with that. He's got some fennel and onion going here, a little brunoise. And what are you planning on the potatoes to pair that with the seafood?
That'll be part of the nudie.
Part of the nudie. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be counting down our next chef in about 25 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and we need crowd participation. We want you to be loud. We want you to be encouraging. These folks are cooking their hearts out for you people and for the judges, so please join me, and let's get loud in
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cook.
And start. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our third chef off and running in the Garland Canada International Chef Challenge. Let's get loud. Keep your hands together. Once again, let's hear it for Chef Phil Nguyen from Toronto, Ontario. Now direct your attention to the
Hi, my name is
monitors.
Cheyenne Tyson. I am from Ontario. I work at the Summit Golf Club in Richmond Hill as an executive sous chef. If I won the $10,000, I would invest it into my catering business that I've been trying to get off the floor.
All right, now, Chef Cheyenne Tyson, you could have said, I'm going to pay off the judges, I'm going to give some to Rob to feed one of his 50 kids, but no, you're going to invest in yourself, and we love that, Chef. From Richmond Hill, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen. Richmond Hill, Ontario? Right. So why don't you tell the folks exactly what you're going to be preparing for them?
So today I'm going to kind of take you to my culture. So I'm going to make you guys a Trinidadian fritter today with a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of heat. So just to kind of show myself on the plate to you guys.
Wow, looking forward to that one. That's going to be exciting. So you were a Garland Canada. You had to earn your way here, as most do. You're a Garland Canada International competition winner. Tell us about that competition.
The competition was great. The competition, all the other competitors, it was like a really hard competition to do. Yeah.
And you love public speaking, I can tell by that. Yeah, that's good. And you were also a top 10 finisher in the Hawksworth Scholarship Competition. What was that like for you?
It was a really great experience. It was my first competition with other chefs besides the competitions I did in high school. So it was an honor to be a part of it. I was a part of it 2 years in a row, but COVID hit, so I didn't get to compete the second time. So I'm looking forward to this competition to kind of show what I can do.
So now are you intimidated at all by any of the chefs, or are you that confident in your own abilities that you know you're going to win this competition?
Today I'm just going to focus on what I can do and just do my best.
And that's what we love to see. All these chefs are incredibly talented, but I love to bring out the confidence of these chefs because what they do on a daily basis is phenomenal. Preparing foods in their kitchen for you, creating new menus, and you also talked about that you have a catering business.
It's more of like a pop-up restaurant, so I do like small settings of 12 people. They get a 6 to 10 course menu, cocktail pairing, wine pairing, so it's a whole experience. So that's something that I'm working on, and I like the intimate settings.
Wow, that's exciting. So we've got 2 minutes now before you start to cook. You will have 45 minutes. Tell the folks what you're going to be preparing for on this fritters. Is that what you said you're going to be doing? With these fritters, is this something that you practice for this competition, or is it something you've done before, or is this totally new recipe for you?
So in my culture, my mom, she makes a lot of fritters, and I love eating them. So we make them like twice a week. So I put my own twist on it to make it a little more chefy. But it's something that's really home for me, and I want to showcase that.
Nice, a little bougie comfort food. That's what Chef Cheyenne's going to be bringing to the table. So we're about a minute and a half away. Chef Irwin, how are the chefs getting along?
Well, I can speak with Chef Irvine now. He's blanched or poached his lobster, I saw him put a spoon on the lobster tail. That's to keep the lobster tail straight. Otherwise, when it cooks, it will want to contract and curl up. So that was a wise move. And now he's just cracking the shells and trying to extract all the meat that he can, all that goodness. He has his clams and mussels are steamed.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the things that, how many of you folks would consider yourself foodies? All the non-chefs. How many folks are foodies? That's why you're here, right? So what you're going to see is while we're talking to the chefs and you're looking at the cameras as to what they're doing, because Chef Irwin is an accomplished chef and was Chef of the Year 2 years ago, I believe it was, Chef Irwin. 2 years ago, 3 years ago? 2018, a while ago. Okay. Folks, we got to count them in, and then we're going to start again. Sharon, 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Cheyenne Tyson, Richmond Hill, sous chef, Summit Golf and Country Club. Big round of applause for her. But as Chef Irwin is talking to each of the chefs, we're doing that to showcase what the chefs are doing. We're giving you an idea of how these chefs and their creativity get brought together. Their cooking styles. You're going to see a lot of different techniques, but the best part of all this is you get to take home little tidbits. You get to learn some tricks that you can do for your own dinner parties or just cooking for your own family. So keep a watch out for that and pay close attention to Chef Irwin because he knows the technical side. I got nothing. I got nothing here. Okay, let's roll the video, ladies and gentlemen, for our next chef that we're going to meet.
Hello, Leslie Flynn here from Charlottetown, PEI, working at the Merchantman Fresh Seafood and Oyster Bar. If I win the $10,000, I'll buy more fishing gear probably.
Local boy.
Good. All right, from the Merchantman, Executive Chef of the Merchantman right here in Charlottetown, PEI, as you saw from the video, Chef Leslie Flynn. So, Leslie, tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Grew up on the island, originally from Georgetown, so...
See, there's a big... No, not from Georgetown. Everybody from Kings County is wonderful. We have a little thing, the island's divided into Kings, Queens, and Prince County. I'm from the east as well, so we kind of got to stick together here. So from Georgetown, what got you into cooking?
I started dishwashing at 13 years old and just kind of never left the kitchen since and worked my way up to here.
So there's nothing better at 13, being in a hot kitchen, no air conditioning, slugging dishes, and you said to yourself, you know what, Leslie? I want to make a career out of this. I should stay in the kitchen forever. And you've done very well. Tell the folks about a recent award that you just won.
I just won PEI Chef Association Chef of the Year. I won PEI Murphy Hospitality Chef of the Year. And I just recently got bronze in Niagara at the Chefs Association competition.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, give it up for him. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. So, but in all fairness, after being named the PEI Culinary Chef of the Year, if you didn't win the Chef of the Year within your own organization, something was up there, wasn't it? We would have had to call Ben Murphy down and have a little word with him, wouldn't we?
I won the Murphy one first, actually, so.
And of course, Kyle Vesey and the folks at Merchantman. Folks, if you want to check it out, it's a local restaurant. It's right across from the Delta Hotel. It's still called the Delta, the Marriott now, I guess it is. CP Hotel, it's still there. Anyway, right down by the waterfront in Charlottetown. Wonderful, wonderful. And if you want to get that salmon board to start, it's absolutely phenomenal. And the pan-seared haddock's pretty good there, too. Kind of one of my favorites. All right, Chef Leslie, what are you going to be preparing for the judges today?
I'm going to be doing some butter poached lobster, a little crab latke, and going to do some pickled mussels, just kind of tried a few different PEI seafood items.
Nice. So are any of these items on your menu periodically at the Merchantman?
No, this is just kind of stuff I've been playing around with for the competition. And
so And did you use any of these recipes for the competition in Ontario?
No, nothing from Ontario. Completely different.
Aha, nice.
I got some beef for the one in Ontario.
Well, that's okay. Nothing goes better with a lobster than a nice tenderloin from Atlantic Beef Products, does it? Ribeye. I'm a ribeye guy.
Tenderloin and butterboat lobster.
Nice. That'll win you every time. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're about 40 seconds away from counting you in. You are going to have 45 minutes to cook. And then after we count them in, we're going to meet our final chef, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to focus on what each chef is doing and the various stages that they're at. So please join me whenever my stage wife puts her arm in the air. You're going to have 10 seconds to count them down. We want you to be loud, ladies and gentlemen. So please help us out in... No, not 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up from right here in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Chef Leslie Flynn. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the monitor as we introduce our final competitor in the first heat.
Hi, I'm Chef Mark Lepine from a restaurant called Atelier in Ottawa, where I am the head chef and the owner. If I was to win the $10,000 grand prize, I think I'd buy myself a new kitchen knife. It's been a number of years since I got a nice new knife.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, certainly no stranger to competition or this competition. It gives me great pleasure in welcoming back to Prince Edward Island from Ottawa, Ontario, Chef Mark Lepine. Oh, you took some folks with you, I see, did you?
I do, yes, yeah.
All right, Chef Mark, your restaurant, Atelier, has been on the top 100 list of the top 100 restaurants in Canada since its inception, since they started with that. And you're also, in 2018, were awarded the Most Innovative Chef Award. How important was that award to you?
It was great because we do a lot of, it's kind of what we focus on doing, my team and me, try to innovate, keep ourselves fresh and excited. So it was a great honor to receive.
Absolutely. As a chef, your creativity really shines through in your dishes, but to be recognized for that must have been pretty pleasing, as well as the restaurant being on the top 100. I mean, that's a feather in its cap as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what are you going to be preparing for the judges today, Mark?
I'm making an oyster green curry sauce, fresh green curry, lots of big aromatic flavors, lime juice and cilantro and jalapenos. I'm preparing a crab polpetta, and I'm going to poach some celery in star anise and lemongrass syrup. I'm going to serve some pickled mussels with maple syrup and white wine vinegar, some pickled red onion as well, and I'm going to fry up a little naan.
Wow. And you wonder why he won the most innovative chef in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from Chef Mark Lepine. That sounds like are you guys cheering? You guys have the whole, oh my gosh, look at you. Team Chef Mark. That is awesome. They got the whole sashes going. You got to get them on there. Absolutely. Oh. If you want to see them later on this evening, they'll be passed out underneath one of the tables in front of the bar. They're here to enjoy themselves all weekend. Win or lose, they're going to hit the booze, and that's what we like here at the International Shellfish Festival. So Mark, you're doing a curry. Now, you got Chef Vish down there. I'm going to get him to try your curry to make sure that it's going to be authentic. So how do you think that you're going to do in this competition? Obviously, your confidence level is going to be high, but coming into it, how do you get yourself in the mindset to excel, succeed, and win this competition?
Just practice, do some practice run-throughs, try to plan a menu based around really big flavors, nice, clean, clever presentations, just all the things that chefs try to do on a daily basis in their restaurants, I suppose.
Excellent. So, and how much pressure, for the folks that are out there, it's easier for them to watch. They don't understand that, 45 minutes might seem like a long time, but for the dish that you said that you were going to be creating, how much pressure do you feel as a chef during these competitions?
It's quick. 45 minutes is very fast. Just every minute, literally every 10 seconds counts. So little things like, you know, I was joking that I removed the lid of the blender just to save myself 1 second, you know, just all those little things that, yeah, it's fast, very fast.
And keeping your station clean is also very important as well. How many, where are we at here? 40 seconds, okay. So cleanliness of the station, CAYG, clean as you go, very important as well.
Always.
Always. So we're going to be counting in Chef Mark. I love the fresh ingredients. You have some ginger going here, some fresh island oysters. Love seeing it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be counting in our last chef very shortly. We need your help. We need you to be loud. All the chefs will then be cooking, and then we're going to go check on each one of the chefs. 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, start cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Mark Lepine. All right, Chef Irwin, why don't we...
Okay, careful.
You're at Chef Phil. Why don't we see what's happening?
He's got some hot oil, and he's kind of, you know, he's probably preparing a bisque or a broth that's made out of the lobster shell, which is utilizing the lobster to its 100%. Very wise. Chef's been working very neatly, communicating well with his sous chef. He knows his timelines. He's got his mise en place all in front of him. He's ready to go. Definitely a true competitor.
Okay, and now Chef Cheyenne?
Chef Cheyenne, she's got some a dairy broth going on here with some aromatics inside. Is there any shellfish in there yet? Not yet. Yeah, she's reducing it down, and fortifying the flavor, making it stronger, more flavorful. She's extracting the mussels and soft shell clams now from their shells. She's got some crab meat on the table as well, so looking good so far.
So we've got just under 20 minutes left for Chef 1. See how quickly the time goes? We just got all the chefs introduced, and now Chef Irwin is going to head to the back. He's going to see how Chef Chris Irving is doing with just under 20 minutes left for our first competitor.
Chef, how's your timeline going? Good? Okay, he's still confident. He's good. He's mixing up some egg yolk or whole egg here, and he's got some floured oysters.
Those are my clams.
Or clams, okay.
Big push was getting my lobster done and wrapped and in the fridge, and yeah, we're good to go.
Okay.
We're gonna get some nice little crispy clams here.
Yep, that's great. Seems to know what he's doing.
All right, we'll leave him alone. Now we'll jump to the back and we'll check in with Chef Vish. How are you getting along, Chef?
Great, great. Just forming my noodles right now. Sauce is happening in the back, and then I have my shellfish already steamed, so we're good to go.
All right. He's feeling good about his...
yeah, he's got some, I'd say some celery and onion here sweating off and some butter. Softening them down. He still has some liquor left over here from his steamed mussels, which is very flavorful.
So now we see the lobster that's in the pan, and then they have the pan of ice as well, just to quickly reduce.
Yeah, you want to stop the cooking process as quickly as possible. It's the same application works with pasta, with vegetables, whatever. Once it's to where you want it to be, you need it to stop immediately. So they shock it in ice water.
So now the judges are going to be coming by, taking a look to see how the chefs are doing, to make sure that they're keeping everything clean, controlled. And speaking of control, let's talk for a minute, Chef Irwin, about how important this technology is from Garland, Canada. The real-time temperature control system of these induction burners, absolutely phenomenal. You want to hold something at, you know, whatever degrees, you can do that just by punching it in to these burners. Absolutely phenomenal technology.
Yeah, absolutely. The induction burner is a staple in a lot of kitchens now. They don't take a lot of space. They heat things very quickly, and like you say, the adjustment from hot to cold happens rapidly, and yeah, they're a great tool to have.
And Garland, Canada, in the well-built family of companies, They're a staple in every restaurant from coast to coast, Chef Irwin. I mean, there's not a restaurant, it doesn't matter if it's a propane, if it's induction, whether it's a salamander. How important is garland to you as a chef in your kitchen?
Very important. I recently just purchased a lot of garland products. No, they are a staple. They're the workhorse of many kitchens all over the place, and it's hard to find a kitchen with at least one garland, but I have numerous, and I take a lot of pride in that, and confidence as well. Good quality.
So Chef Cheyenne is talking to Chef Corbin, and Chef Corbin, so far you're pleased with what you're seeing?
Yeah, well, listen, the ones you got to worry about in a competition are the smallest ones. That's for you, Cheyenne. You got to look out for the tiny ones because they will come out on top. And one of the things I'll say, you got chefs here that have a lot of experience and you have some that have less experience. But when it comes push to shove, it's what's on the plate that matters. So it doesn't matter about your experience. It's what it looks like, what it tastes like, and did they use the right ingredients. And so far, so good.
Chef 1 is down to 15 minutes, Rob.
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
That's 15 minutes to produce 4 plates for the judge, 3 for tasting, 1 for photo taking, and for final deliberation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to please direct your attention to the monitors, and we're going to show you a quick video commercial of one of our sponsors. All right, so Chef Phil is got 21 minutes in. We've got, what do we got for time left down here, Chef Irwin?
I think probably about 13. Yeah, he's 31 minutes in.
31 minutes in?
Yeah.
Okay, so 14 minutes left for Chef 1. Only 14 minutes. We told you that the time was going to fly by. And it certainly is. We got some, Chef Irving is got some stuff happening in the blender back there. Chef Vish is pulling some beautiful mussels and clams out of the shell that he already had steamed. Working along quite well. Very controlled pace. Very controlled here on Chef number 2. Doesn't seem frantic or rattled. Same as Chef Phil. He's poaching some, he's making a stock.
Yeah, that's where the lobster shells went.
Okay.
I was extracting the flavor from them.
So for the folks at home, Chef, why don't you tell them, if they're going to make a seafood stock and they have some shells, why don't you tell them, you know, give them a few tips and tricks on how they can make their own beautiful, flavorful fish stock.
Yeah, I mean, once you extract that lobster meat from the shells don't necessarily mean to be wasted. It's great to kind of bust them down a little bit. If you have a mallet or something or the side of a knife, kind of break them down a little bit. Start a pot with a little bit of hot oil, kind of fry the shells a little bit, add some aromatics like mirepoix, carrot, you know, and then from there, you have a multitude of flavor profiles you want to add. I mean, a lot of the chefs right now are using Asian flavors, which are very multiple layers of flavor, where pair really well with seafood. So, I mean, you could put lemongrass in there, star anise, garlic, ginger, things like that. And then whatever the broth is, it could be a broth-based or it can be a dairy-based as well, which is happening here. So,
okay, and for that, they're gonna use that as some of their sauce.
I suspect so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, so Chef Cheyenne she just took off. She said, "I'm done. I've got these guys beat. I'm out of here. My dish is complete." Chef Cheyenne is working feverishly. And again, she's got a broth on the go here as well, Chef.
Yeah, it looks like Chef Phil is going to be making a little maybe tomato concasse or whatever. He's got some plum tomatoes here that he's plunged into some hot water and then directly out and into cold water. That loosens the skin, and he's got them skinned now and cooling down. So he'll probably be dicing them up a little later and probably going in the broth, you know, as a final garnish. Let's go see what Chef Leslie's doing here.
I'm not sure what she's making here, but it smells beautiful back there. I love that. I mean, how's Chef Leslie getting along?
Chef Leslie, how are you? You've got some carrots sweating off here with a few other aromatics in the pot. Is this the base for a stock or a sauce?
No, this is going to be, base for a sauce. It's going to be puree that's going to go underneath my crab latkes.
Okay, cool. So he's going to cook them nice and tender so he's able to puree them and probably pass it through a sieve to make sure there's no lumps or chunks. And that's the base for one of his dishes, or his dish.
So if I'm not mistaken, this Chef Mark is putting his mussels in the brine that he's going to use for pickling. Is that what was the star anise was in there? Maple syrup and white wine vinegar.
Sweet and sour.
Oh, nice. Nice, I like it. Nothing more Canadian than maple syrup in anything. All right, so we've got 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Chef Irwin, let's go back down to meet Chef Chris Irving. Not meet him, but to check in on him to see how he's doing. He's slicing up some veg back there.
Yes, as Chef Mark had said about this 45 minutes, it flies by very quickly. Time management is extremely important. They have to know they're counting themselves down. They've got to leave enough room to plate up and all that kind of thing. So it's getting down to crunch time.
And we saw a lot of these lobsters being poached lobsters, but they poached them in butter. And how much more does that add to the flavor when you're poaching a lobster in butter, Chef?
Well, butter has everything about it, right? It's a high fat, and it's got salt in there, and it's just everything a lobster loves, right? So after a very light poach in water or whatever, they extract that meat that's really not truly cooked yet, and they finish cooking it in the butter. I mean, come on. Can't get any better.
I know. And like, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's difficult for you folks. You can see it. I know there's aromas in the air from all the different chefs when they're cooking. They're kind of blending together. But the aroma coming from each station is absolutely amazing. You can smell the talent up here, can't you, Chef, with what they're doing?
Making me hungry.
And that's one of the things you're going to see the chefs doing consistently. They have dishes at their station. You see like 30, 40 spoons in the dishes. And they're going to be constantly tasting what they're making to make sure that it's seasoned perfectly. What do we have here?
Chef Phil is, that's a lobster broth that he had going on there. He's just putting it through a cheesecloth and a fine chinois to push out all that flavor, but keep the chunky bits in the cheesecloth, so to speak.
All the bits. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you see some of the wonderful ingredients that the chefs are using today and the ingredients that they use in their kitchens right across the country, all wouldn't be possible without the friends of our partners at Cisco, delivering quality products to the kitchens each and every day. So if you please take a look at the monitors, we're going to play a little word from our friends at Cisco. All right, Chef Irwin, we're down to about 7 minutes now.
Yes, Chef Irvine now is going to, I suspect, segment some oranges here for a final garnish, peeling off the rind, and I was just going to take the meat away from the pulp and
And you know, these little tips and tricks that they're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is just to enhance the quality of the food that they're preparing for the judges, to make sure that every bite that they taste, every bite that they try is the same consistency within it. They don't want to make anything difficult for these judges.
Well, it's always important as a chef for your guests to enjoy the food, not have to work for it too much, you know what I mean? So any of those little details like extracting the meat from the shell and so on and so forth are important, and it just makes it more enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah, here comes the Asian influence here now, star anise, kaffir leaves. A little maybe sesame oil, yeah, there we go. Vietnamese deodorant, fish sauce. Yeah.
No, you're all good, Chef. You're all good. You carry on. You all carry on. All right, folks, come on. Let's hear it. Show some encouragement. Show some love for all these chefs. Big round of applause for them.
Chef Irvine's got 5 minutes. First competitor's down to 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Wow. He's down to under 5 minutes. The last chef, Chef Mark, is 15 minutes in, so he's only got 30 more minutes of cooking time. And not only do they, so they have to make 4 plates. 3 plates for the judges, and then 1 presentation plate that goes to the back of the tent that's going to be put in a room, it's going to be photographed, and it's going to be tested further at the back. So he's cutting some of that beautiful butter poached lobster, getting ready to do some plating.
Yeah, final touches are starting to happen now.
You know, we haven't seen Chef Vish at the front of the counter very often.
I've noticed that, and Chef Cheyenne has been working a lot at the back as well.
You know, with all the tools, and they also have an induction burner at the back, getting things going.
Whatever makes them comfortable.
I love seeing these fresh ingredients. You're getting nude back here. You're getting Chef Vish getting a little nudie back here. All right, and we got the seafood that you pulled from the shell a little earlier that's already steamed. Nice. Love what's going on back here. So now we move back to the front. We can see, if I may, Chef, you can see some of these nudie balls that he's been making, working feverishly on. You see the fresh seafood, and then you see the crab mixture at the front as well.
Chef Phil has now, as I thought, he's diced up, he took the inner seeds and stuff out of the tomato. He's diced that up. He's got that mixed in with some steamed mussels. Is it a pickling, Chef?
It is a pickle liquid there, Chef.
Yeah, kind of a marinated mussel, so to speak. He's going to be doing some shallots now to add to that, which are a nice mild flavored from the onion family.
My goodness, I wish I had those kind of knife skills to go that fast, that consistent.
Good knife skills start with a good knife. You have to have a nice sharp tool. My friend Chef Carmelo is here. He'll be here later on today. He's got a beautiful display of F-Dick knives. They're awesome for that.
I bought, my wife actually got me 2 of those last year. They got the Red Spirit one with the red handle, and it kind of curves. What an unbelievable, sorry, Chef. What an unbelievable knife for proteins, for when you're cutting up steak. And, you know, we like to do steak at the house, like whether it's a ribeye, and then just do, you know, 1/4-inch slices and slice them and lay them out for people.
The same as a carpenter. I mean, your tools are very important. They need to be sharp and precise. Yeah, the heat is starting to turn on in here. I just heard one of the chefs say it. It's so hot.
Yeah, so we see
not only the internal temperature
here
of the tent, but also the internal temperature of their heads right now.
I love the plating presentation where it looks like the minute 20 left. You can see from the tail right up to the claws in the lobster meat that the chef is preparing. Again, Just over 1 minute is all that the chef has left. So now plating is key. Come on, folks. Let's hear it for them. 1 minute.
He's placing those lobster tails now.
Nice, on top of
It's
the...
like rebuilding the lobster.
That's tough.
From head to tail.
Tough to rebuild the lobster after you ripped it apart and poached it. Some beautiful seasoning now on top.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Come on, folks.
30 seconds.
And a key here that Chef Vish is doing, he's putting the plates in, warming them up to make sure that his food, you know, maintains an optimal temperature when he's bringing it over to the judges.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Hands up. Nice, hands up.
Well done, Chef.
Can't wipe your plate, Chef. Hands up. Oh, you were told you were allowed? He can wipe. Okay. Apparently he can wipe. That's always a good thing when you're in certain areas. Always got to wipe. Wash your hands. That's another one. I didn't think they were allowed to wipe. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think they were allowed to wipe the plates. Every competition's a little different. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Now, what we are going to do, we have Chef Kevin Boyce from the Culinary Institute of Canada, chef instructor, and he's going to be presenting the plates to the judges. Chef Irwin, if you want to, you can present your plate, and then we're going to throw it over to Chef Chris Irving to explain his plates as they're presented to the judges.
Okay, Chef, let's let the crowd and the judges know what you've done and how it went for you.
Yeah, that 45 minutes went by real fast. But so here we have full lobsters. So we got the claw and the arms. The lobster's been poached in like a lemongrass courtbouillon. And I've also taken the tail out, and there's a bit of the sliced tail in there as well that I've chilled down and cooked separately. Underneath, you'll see a little bit of a creamy sauce. It's like a mussel aioli. So I've blanched and cooked mussels and then blended it into a creamy mussel sauce. And then I made the sauce of like a vinaigrette of tamari, lime juice, peppers, and chives, and then just some crispy fried clams on top.
Thank you, Chef. So now the judges.
So we're going to be
want a little bit of quiet time now. They're picking away the plate, you know, sort of one component at a time, testing how each of those components present themselves, and then kind of bringing everything together to see how it blends together.
So we're going to be selling bites if anybody wants a foot. No, I'm just joking. We're not. But now they have a very difficult job. I mean, it was easy for the judges before walking around and we're seeing what the chefs are doing. But now the pressure's all on them. Texture, taste, consistency, how they use the shellfish products, how they use the dairy, the flavors that are coming through. That's what the judges are working on right now. And actually, so on the categories that they're going to be judging is presentation, taste, creative use of PEI shellfish, and then organization and of station and cleanliness. That's something else that they were checking out as they were walking around, looking at the chefs, what they were doing. So we're going to leave them alone now. We're getting down to the final strokes of Chef Vish. Chef Irwin, why don't you explain what you see happening here?
Okay, so he's got his nudies in the bowl there. He's got crab meat in the center. To the side here, we have some of the soft shell clams and the mussels. So he's just in the building stages now. I'm not certain how much time he has left, but he seems to be in control right now.
Why don't you explain to the folks what a nudie is? Not just me running onto a ball field.
I really don't know.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So this is something...
I thought a nudie was like a picture that you didn't want to get out on social media, but yeah, that's
1 minute
for me.
All right, so now we're all learning here. Just under 1 minute.
Time check on 50 seconds, chef.
So you're down to 45 seconds. Chef, very controlled. Love what's happening here on the plates. Very beautiful presentation. Now he's going to be putting some of the steamed shellfish. 30 seconds now, chef.
Yeah, and the steam is coming off the plate. Things are hot. Present it nicely, neatly.
And you can see he's taking his time, making sure the execution is there. Folks.
As they say, people eat with their eyes first, so presentation is important to the judges.
Count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, chef.
So you can rim your plates if you want, chef.
All right, so you can wipe your plates for the presentation. So one of the things that you're going to be hearing is Chef Kevin when he's taking the plates to the judges, and that's which way do you want the plate to be presented in front of the judges. Again, going back to Chef Irwin's point, how they eat with their eyes, and he wants the perfect presentation in front of the judges. So Chef Vish Mayakar is presenting his plates. And he's going to tell you folks what he presented for the judges.
Okay,
and the boys on the cameras are going to be shooting right in on the plates so you can see what's happening as well.
Okay, give the judges and the crowd a little idea about what you did and how you felt about what you put in front of them.
Really good cook. I'm really happy with it. So a little take on Blanco. So there's a dish in Sardinia where everything's white on the plate, nudie. Really gets tough when you're just only trying to work with things that are only going to give you white color. So there is a little bit of green in the crab salad. There's a little bit of green in the blanching of the shellfish too. So it is nudie blanco. It is supposed to be as white as possible with the little speckles of green. Yeah. So on the side you have 3 nudies that are made with ricotta, lemon, and potato. In the middle, there's a fresh crab salad with chives, dill, a little bit of lemon and orange. And then the reduction of the sauce is a take on a bagna cuda, but instead of the anchovies, I've used clams and shellfish. And that's reduced down with fennel, green onions, cream, a lot of butter.
Excellent, yeah. Lots of dairy is really, really well goes with shellfish, so that's great. Thank you, Chef.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Chef Vish Mayakar.
4 minutes here.
All right, so Chef Phil is cleaning up his station. He's got about 3.5 minutes left, somewhere in that range, I'm assuming, or just over 3 minutes. So now Phil is making sure that his station is clean so he can get his plates ready. Dicing up his final garnishes. We got a piping bag here for Chef Cheyenne.
She's starting plating already, so she's...
Love it. Nice.
Out of it.
There's a reason why she's here, ladies and gentlemen. She earned her right at that Garland culinary competition.
Chef, what's in the bag? Is that a saffron based or?
No, it's a carrot puree. Smoked.
A carrot. Okay, smoked carrot puree.
Carrot puree. So we're just 1.5 minutes now. Chef Phil.
Okay, he's cleaning the station, getting ready to get the bowls out. Put the components together.
Bowls are out. He's ready to start plating. Here we go. All right, got to start plating here. We're down to
1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute left. 1 minute. 1 minute for Chef Phil.
Time. 40 seconds. Thank you. Every 10, please.
30 seconds. All right, folks, we're getting down to the short strokes now.
Go, Chef. Go, 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 go. Get through all the, make sure you get your balance on the plate.
Folks, get ready to count them down. He's going to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Hands up, Chef. All right, you can clean your plate, Chef. And now we got just under 5 minutes left for Chef Cheyenne. Chef Phil's wiping up his plates. Okay, and deciding which ones are going to the judges. Chef Leslie is got some lemon and some butter. Pretty sure I can cook that. Nailed it. All right, Chef Mark down here, very nice. I see this is the naan bread that you have going on. There's the star anise and celery that he talked about earlier. Very nice, very colorful down here in this end of the world.
Okay, thank you, Chef Phil. You got the plates up. Let's hear what it's all about.
So this is a play on bum ryu and can chua, which are two very traditional Vietnamese dishes. It's kind of like a salty, sweet, a tiny bit of heat in the broth, French bisque blended, infused with lemongrass kaffir leaves. On the bottom, you have a crab mince. Usually it's done with a little bit of egg whites. I just kept it nice and cold just for the freshness. It's a lobster, a dumpling of sort, very simple mousse with a little bit of egg whites, ginger, lemongrass, and boom, a little bit of dill in it to freshen it up. And then the pickled mussels, concassé tomatoes, and then the shallots on top. Just a little acid to give you a little pop at the end there.
Yeah, work out the balance. That's great. Thank you, Chef. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, so we're at exactly 3 minutes for Chef Cheyenne.
She's been busy.
What a beautiful color to her plate,
a lot of components here, and it's just presentation so far is beautiful.
Yeah, you can keep talking about her plate. We just had to get the camera in there. And have a look at the monitor, ladies and gentlemen. Look how beautiful the color of these plates. You can see the bright orange from the carrot to go along with her puree that she did, the smoked carrot puree. Very nice. Looks good. Looks very good. Now, how good would some lobster tail, some steak on that plate? Oh.
It looks a little bit more than surf and turf to me, but
you would beat your face off eating that one. Oh my goodness. Couldn't get into you quick enough. All right, we got Chef Leslie here, who's coming down to the short strokes. Chef Irwin?
Yeah.
2 minutes.
You're planning on making a roasty or what? Yeah. Potato latke, yeah, so it's a grated potato. Oh, it has the crab in it as well. Excellent. Potatoes and crab.
Sorry, we didn't hear that. What did he say that he was making there?
Like a potato latke, like a grated potato pancake type thing, yeah.
And there's some crab in there as well?
Yes.
And he's using the mold ring to help keep them uniform.
Keep the shape, yep.
Nice. Nice. Little tips and tricks. Still got that lemon in the butter. I love that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're now 1 minute, 10 seconds away from Chef Cheyenne presenting to the judges. Judges are deliberating, marking down some of their scores from Chef Phil's plate. Chef Leslie has 45 seconds for Chef Cheyenne. Chef Leslie has got his lobster. He's splitting the tails. "30 seconds, Chef Cheyenne.
30 seconds.
And when she is done, then Mark will have 10 minutes, and Chef Leslie will have 5 minutes left to finish their plates and present to the judges.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for her. And you'll see them when she steps around from her station. She's representing PEI quite well with some Cow's Creamery socks on. Got to get a load of these. They're awesome. Yeah. All right, so Chef Cheyenne, you can come around. Chef Irwin's going to give you the mic.
Well done, Chef Cheyenne. What's great about this is I actually can hold the microwave down, or microphone down as opposed to up. You know, I don't come across many, you know, that. Tell everybody what you've done.
Pardon me? Oh. Okay, so I made you a crab fritter with a dill and clam emulsion and a smoked carrot puree. I added a little bit of spice to the fritter, just because in my culture we have a lot of spices, but I did just a little. And then I did pickled peppered mussels. That's what's on top. So I blanched the mussels, and then I pickled them in apple cider vinegar and black pepper. I put a little bit of that liquid on the carrot. The carrots and veg that are on top, I just wanted to keep it fresh, just to add some freshness because I am giving you something that is fried. Yeah, that's it.
Well done, Chef. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. You're going to get in and try some of that fritter? Very nice. Oh, I didn't try it yet, but probably I'm gonna. Yes, gonna. Holy, that's no good. Wow. Well done, like it. All right, so we got 3 minutes for Chef Leslie. He's crisping up the bottom and tops of those latkes.
Yep.
8 minutes left for Chef Mark.
I can't see any of Chef Mark's food.
He's got celery on the go with star anise, so he's
okay.
Pulling that out.
The nets must have been empty this morning. Oh, here we go. We got some mussels. That's the ones with the maple syrup.
Chef Mark is like a secret chef. He's just doing it. He's hiding everything. And then, wha-bam! Yeah. An amazing plate presented in front of you.
Check back. How much does he have, Leslie?
Pretty amazing, though, ladies and gentlemen, what we've seen so far. The innovation and ingenuity from each of these chefs, the variety of dishes that they presented for the judges. Absolutely amazing. So we've got 2 minutes left here, Chef Leslie. We got 7 minutes left for Chef Mark. Very controlled at both stations, very clean at both stations. He's doing a little smear on the bottom of the plates.
Yeah, those are the carrots that we watched cooking, sweating off there earlier. I made that puree. So that's his tile. That's his the base for building everything else up.
Nice. Got to get some greenery on that plate.
What's the puree, Chef?
little dill puree here.
Dill puree is going on there now. Pop of color.
Dill puree?
Dill, yep.
Okay. Very impressive.